Hey, Gracie. You know how our family has Daddy and Mommy?
And me.
Yeah, that's right. Pretty soon, you're gonna have a baby brother.
And a puppy.
Deal. Hey, Gracie.
It is supposed to be an innocent commercial promoting family time, but it's already caused a lot of controversy, and it doesn't even air until the Super Bowl today. MSNBC sent out a tweet earlier this week that said, maybe the right wing will hate it, but everyone else will go, aw, the adorable new Cheerios ad with the biracial family. The GOP considered the tweet an attack. Since then, MSNBC has issued an apology saying at least one head has rolled and then sent out this tweet. Earlier, this account tweeted an offensive line about the new Cheerios ad. We deeply regret it. It does not reflect the position of MSNBC. Republicans are now threatening a boycott of the network. So why is this ad creating such a controversy? Joining us live in the newsroom is our Fox 26 legal analyst, Chris Tridico, news analyst Mustafa Tamiz, and public policy analyst Jackie Bally. Good morning again.
Good morning.
So what are your thoughts on the ad?
Well, I think it's an issue searching for a controversy, quite frankly. There's nothing about that ad that's remotely offensive. I said aw. Jackie said aw. I think Mustafa may have. I don't know. It was, you know, it's a good wholesome ad. MSNBC decided, I guess, to make a controversy out of this, and Republicans are now saying they're going to boycott MSNBC. Well, I don't think they're watching anyway. And
That's what I was going to say. We don't watch
right. Yeah, both of them are going to stop. You know, this is not an issue. Jackie Bally, I mean, I don't know why MSNBC would try to create a controversy out of this, but I also don't understand why MSNBC keeps saying things and then turn around apologizing. If you're going to say it and live with it.
Maybe they should keep their mouths closed. I mean,
or their tweets closed.
A lot of conservatives don't look at MSNBC anyway, so we're not too concerned about it. And that commercial is reflective of what our families are starting to look like. From 2000 to 2014, we've seen biracial and interracial couples more than double, and you're going to continue to see that. And so I looked at that and I didn't even think twice about it, and that should be our natural reaction.
And Mustafa, to me, maybe it was the puppy.
The puppy a little too much. No, look, I think I'm glad that MSNBC apologized for it, because it wasn't an appropriate remark. What happens is that the Republican Party, like we saw Governor Huckabee the other day talk about the women's libido. You saw, you know, Congressman Steve King said, you know, minority kids and drugs, and he had that controversy.
And the guy who said something about Sarah Palin, and she went on the Fox tour saying how much hurt she was.
I think it happens on both sides, and Congressman Louis Gohmert, everything he says is offensive to most people. So, look, this is part of the political fodder. It's interesting, but not much more than that.
It just seems that MSNBC tried to create a stir that backfired on them.
Sure, and they attacked their people who are not their base, you know. So they looked at that commercial and they're like, oh, let's talk about the conservatives, because they know conservatives aren't going to watch them anyway.
But why say something like that if you're not willing to stand by it? I mean, they tweeted the apology the next day. Just, if you're going to say it and live with it.
Well, one of the things that's really sad is that when you do make mistakes like that, when you do say things, it's hard for it to be kept quiet. That once upon a time you could make comments and not the whole world wouldn't see it. Well, anything you tweet, anything you say or write,
I mean, they
should know
tweeted
better.
it to millions of people.
Yeah, they should know better.
And they knew the Republicans were going to go crazy over that.
Well, it's also at the pace, right? There's so many people involved in the station, so many involved in social media. So someone tweets it, and all of a sudden now it becomes a position of the station. So I think
it was the position of them, because that MSNBC put it out.
Yeah. Right. And that's the thing. It's an individual that's putting that post, not the entire organization.
All right, let's go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media accounts. She's monitoring our Twitter account. Sally, have we said anything offensive yet?
No, you guys are okay. Kevin says, why is this an issue to begin with? Good grief, it's 2014, for crying out loud. Stop it. Beautiful family, good commercial, enough said. So do you guys think that this is, you know, a pattern of attacks on the right? I mean, why does the right keep getting accused of being intolerant?
Well,
because sometimes they are. Yeah, sometimes they are.
Can you count the ways, Mustafa?
You'll have intolerance on both sides. I mean, every party, both parties have people that are embarrassing and make embarrassing mistakes.
But the
Some more than others.
But doesn't the intolerance that people see in the right stem largely from their position about immigration and all? And they've done a series of things, starting with immigration, that really leads people to the conclusion that they're intolerant,
Well,
isn't it?
the irony of everything is that most people of color are very socially conservative, including Hispanics, blacks. We're very socially conservative.
Is that true?
Yes, it is.
It's
is.
said often, and I don't really see what does conservatism mean anymore. There was a Houston Chronicle article recently by Lisa Falkenberger that talked about conservatism, and the things that used to be conservative aren't anymore because the bar is being set so high that Chris Christie doesn't become conservative
He's not
anymore.
conservative anymore.
I mean, he's a moderate
He's not even a
liberal for most people. For most people, he's not even a Republican, right?
He's
So
not.
here you have an incumbent Republican governor who was before his big controversy, very favored on the nation, and he's not even a Republican according to Jackie. So
He's not.
conservatism is undefined in my term.
Yeah, but don't you think that this label that they're intolerant of people of color or of minorities stems from their open positions about the border?
Yeah, it's not what they say; it's what they do. Because if you look at voter ID bills, right, they're trying to prevent minorities from voting. If you look at the immigration bill, which is vastly popular, they're preventing that from coming through the House.
But
if you talk about even minimum wage, right,
But if
it
you
would
ask
affect minorities.
Hispanics who are actually voting, again, the polls, especially in Texas, have shown that they are in favor of the voter ID bill. They feel that people should have to show their ID if you're going to vote.
That's not true. I mean,
Yes,
it's depending on which poll you want to point to.
Let me poll these 10 people and see what the result is.
No,
Don't
look it
you
up.
think that if the Republicans want to change that, they need to pass an immigration reform bill this year?
I think we are going to have a piece-by-piece immigration.
But don't you think they need to do it?
I just said I think we are going to do
Okay.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to leave it right there. Sally, we'll be back in the next hour. Talk about Chris Christie, and then we've got a very special cooking segment. Jackie has brought in something fabulous for everyone.
Yes,
And
yes.
nobody's going to be
We
tweeting.
don't get to share in it, but she brought it for us to
Jackie
look at.
is the cook among you three, right?
That's
right.
right. She is.
Wink,
It is
wink.
me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you back here in our next half hour.